This daf here Yerushalmi Bikkurim. The article always were additional in daf Tesanov, 5 lines at the top, Adnion. In the Vilna, we're on daf Hamrav, 11 lines on the bottom, Adnion. And we're asking a question on what we learned yesterday. The Chabrai said in Yerushalmi Levi that there's no Bikurim after Hanukkah. If you say them after Hanukkah, they're not Kodesh. So you have a brisa that says, Vatninon, the brisa, each year's Bikurim is separate. Can't bring that from the new crop on the old crop, nor from the old crop on the new crop. We're talking about grain, because by grain, the shear is haba shlish, just like truma. Truma becomes called truma, so the shear is haba shlish. If it's a fruit which the Yashin call fruit which is maybe shlish lifnei Rosh Hashanah, pear shlevi shlish liachar Rosh Hashanah, can't bring on pears which are maybe shlish after Rosh Hashanah. Became shlevi shlish lifnei Rosh Hashanah because if they weren't maybe shlish lifnei Rosh Hashanah. So davar barar shlish should claim omer. It's clear they didn't take root before the korban omer. They're not even third grown by Rosh Hashanah. They didn't take root before korban omer. So they're usher till next year until the omer comes and is matter them. So you can't take from them right now anyway on fruit which is maybe shlish before Rosh Hashanah. That's obvious. So the guy be talking about actual fruit, where the demarcation line is Tu B'Shvat. Fruit which was budded before Tu B'Shvat and fruit which budded after Tu B'Shvat and vice versa. Okay, so let's talk about the vice versa case. The reason its problem is became Chodesh Al Yashan. It is from Chodesh Al. It's a problem because it's Chodesh Al Yashan. Because it's from after Tu B'Shvat and before Tu B'Shvat. Chodesh Al Chodesh. But if it's on Chodesh, maybe you'd be able to bring it. But wait a minute. If it's Chonet after Tu B'Shvat, it's already after Hanukkah. So you shouldn't be able to bring it at this point. It shouldn't be Chodesh. So why would the problem of Tu B'Shvat be only a problem of Chodesh on Yoshan? Why not be a problem of Chodesh? The Bikurim is not valid. It's after Hanukkah. Tu B'Shvat is after Hanukkah. So our assumption is we're talking about after Hanukkah because it's after Tu B'Shvat. So it's more, you're right. The issue is bringing Bikurim from that which is going to be after Shavuos this year. In other words, you're right. Right now you couldn't take it anyway. But after Shavuos, before next Tu B'Shvat, you could take it. So therefore we're saying that no, you can't even bring from the fruit which is going to be chaynet after Tu B'Shvat, after Shavuos this year, from the fruit which grows after Tu B'Shvat this year, and after Shavuos this year, and the fruit of last year. But between Chanukah and Shavuos, which includes Tu B'Shvat, it's a separate problem. You can't become Bikurim at that time. From the Bikurim later that year, you should know Mina Chodesh can't bring Yoshin camping on the previous years. Okay, Halacha Zayin. Hama Ifrish Bikurim v'Machar Sadeu. Somebody who set aside Bikurim and sold his field. Maybe Venu Koirei. He brings the Bikurim and he can't read the Parsha. Because he doesn't have land now, he can't say Adom Hashem Asat Ali Hashem. V'Hashem Yosamin. The person who the second person, the buyer, Yosamin Eno Mevi. For that mean he can't bring, because the seller already set it apart. Mean acher maybe korei. If it's another mean, you can bring and be korei, mean from which the seller is not set aside bikurim. The said I'm also mean eno maybe korei. It says even from maybe korei. Sorry, even from the mean that the seller already set aside. The Lokeh could bring him bikurim, and the Gemara is going to have to explain that. That's why. He wishes bikurim. Person set aside bikurim non-maku, and they became rotten. Nibzazu, they were stolen. They were lost. Oshinma, they became tamei, and now it's being tamei bikurim the Beis Hamikdash. Evidently, maybe other ones instead of them. Vein kori who can't be kore because it's not reishis priyadama. Hashnim enchayev chomesh. The bikurim which you bring as restitution, somebody eats them mishogeg who's not a kohen is not chayim mekomesh like bikurim because they're not true bikurim. Nitmu ba'azora. Nobody tzveina kore. Somebody brought bikurim based on came to me in the azora. He pours out the dope scenes. He pours out the fruit from his basket and doesn't read the parsha. He doesn't bring another bikurim because once he got to the Har Bayis, he's no longer chayiv to make restitution, as we'll explain later on. Actually, immediately. I know this chayiv and achrayis until he brings them to Har Bayis. Shem says, "Rishis bikurim maschota vi beis Hashem Elokecha." Says the first of your fruit of your ground you bring to the house of Hakadosh Baruch Hu. So until you bring beis Hashem Elokecha. Mlamichu chayiv b'achrayusan ad sheyavim Har Bayis. He's chayiv in the achrayis until he brings the Har Bayis, and that's it. Hareshev mean echad v'kara. So a person brought from one of the species, and we had the parsha. V'chazav mean acher, and then he brought from another mean. Hareze in a kore, he can't read on the second mean. He gets evidently seems one kriya per year. Okay, so it says on my time Rabbanan, what's the logic of the Rabbanan? That they say you can't bring bikurim from the same min that the seller already brought. The pasuk says, "Higati hayom." I said today, and it says afterwards, "Hinei basis, etc." So, pam achas magid, ena magid, pam shnia. It's like edus. Kebet shigid shumin echayis magid. You get one agora. No, you don't get a second agora. So says Gemara, well, it's a nice drush of Lesa Rabbi Yehuda Cain. Does Rabbi Yehuda not hold this way? Why is he hold the Lokech can make a second Agoda? Islay Ba'adam Echad. So he says, yeah, one person only gets one Hagoda. That person. Have a Shnei Adam, but it's if it's two different people, Magid v'choizer Magid. And the second person, for him, it's his first Hagoda. It's not a problem. Okay, so now the Gemara, one of the articles actually has a header here. Yes, it does. The rest of the Bikurim we brought as restitution for destroyed Bikurim, there's no Chumash. Rabbi Yochanan said, I learned this part of the Mishnah, that there's no Chumash on the restitution, as in the words of an individual Tana, not a Stam Mishnah. The Tana came, listen in the Brisa, Shimon ben Yehuda, Mer Shimon, Rabbi Shimon ben Yehuda said, name Rabbi Shimon, Shnai Ishnim en Chayv leim Chumash. The second ones, you're not Chayv on them Chumash. So, the Gemara goes further. The Shmuel Rabbi Yitzchak Shem Rabbi Yehuda said, Shniim lochin afil min hashuk. Says the restitutional bikurim, since they're not really bikurim, they only come in Gana b'chrayas. You don't have to eat them from the fruit of your land. You can just buy fruit from the marketplace and bring it. Mat avilain. This what the status of this additional bikurim, this restitution bikurim, I should say, is its status k'toseves bikurim or k'iter bikurim? Is it halacha like toseves bikurim, and or which is when you add on the minimum amount of bikurim you bring? But halacha is you don't have to say if there's no din d'mai by them, because they're all part of the bikurim. Or k'iter bikurim are like the adorning fruit you bring together, bikurim, which is like icing on the cake, where there is a din d'mai on the iter bikurim. Iter bikurim, I make them like tosefes bikurim, they're put in mind. Iter bikurim, they're chaya b'dmai. Before we go on, I want to go back to to what Rabbi Yochanan said, B'shum Yichidya and Yishono. So the article brings down from the Rash Civilio that the Rabbanan hold evidently that there is, since there's a chiyuv achrayus in the bikurim, so therefore whatever you bring is achrayus, even you bring it from a shuk, so it has the status of bikurim. Because we learned your chayim achrayus from a pasuk. So therefore, you're chayav in achrayus, and they have the status of Bikurim. And many of the Mefarshim say that since Rabbi Yochanan says that our Mishnah Shitas Yochid, so the Locha is like the Chachamim who argue on our Mishnah. Um, but the Rambam paskins like our Mishnah that you're not chayiv on the Shim Chemesh, and evidently is the Mefarshim say and the Rambam, the Baz and Maraponim here, Baz and Rambam Maraponim here, that for analysis it might be the Shitas Yochid, but he made this time Mishnah, therefore that Locha is according to that Shita. Okay, so says more. We have the Mishnah. Nidmu Azar. If they came to me in Azar, no pates. You pour out your basket. Made no curry. You don't read the Bikurim. Charbuk Hashem Yosef said, Nidmu Bikurim. If the Bikurim come to me, even though you can't do anything with them, they have to be disposed of. Still, Hasalni Toim Kohanim. It says that you give the salim to the Kohen. The Chsibik says Lokacha Kohen Atemi Yadach. The Kohen takes not just the fruit, but also the basket in it to which it's brought. Now, the end of the Mishnah said that Mimin Echad. The Mishnah said that Hashem Min Echad Karav Chazav Min Acher raise it on a Kairei. If you brought from one min and then you brought from another min, so then you're not chayz of kari. So the min itzcha, who is it going like? The coin who is necessary to say this? So Rabbi Yehuda. This is going to Rabbi Yehuda. Avgab the Yehuda amar magid v'chayz of magid. Even though Rabbi Yehuda said that if you have two people, you can be magid v'chayz of magid. That's only two people. Reish should be min echa, but the same person brought from one min chal kara, and he read the parsha. Chazav min acher, raised in according to Rabbi Yehuda, they can't be kara again. Rabbi Yonasan. This last part is going on why, if they become tamei, you can't be kara the parsha. Rabbi Yonasan tiny v'shim echai kain. V'amarta v'samachta, having omer ala simcha. Because it says that you're supposed to say the mikra bikurim and you're supposed to be happy. But when they're to come tamei, there is no simcha, and since there's no simcha, therefore there is no mikra bikurim because the tamei can't do anything with them. Okay, we'll reach the next stop. Plus, we'll stop here for today.